What's up, everybody? So I have an awesome card that I can't wait to show you guys. But before I get to that, I just wanted to show you, I got this in the mail, the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, a contest that was put together by Mike, baseball collector, and was inducted by fellow YouTubers to be in the inaugural class of the Sports Card Hall of Fame. And to be honest with you, it's a huge honor to be part of that inaugural class. And I'll put a link below if you guys are not familiar with what I'm talking about, but pretty awesome. And I will have that in the background of, most of the videos that I do. But without further ado, I just wanted to talk to you about the recent pickup that I have. So a couple of weeks, maybe a month ago or so now, Ray from Philly put together a contest and basically said, give me the best player of every single position. So catcher, I probably would have said Johnny Bench, first base Lou Gehrig, third base Mike Schmidt. And so you could pick whatever player you wanted to pick. The beauty of that team is you could have like Babe Ruth at DH and then have Hank Aaron coming off the bench. But one of the things that I struggle with, and part of the reason why I never ended up doing the video, was because my starting pitcher, I didn't have a card of my starting pitcher. And, I had my left-handed pitcher, which would be Sandy Koufax. I have the rookie card, the 55 Topps Sandy Koufax, but I did not have the right-handed pitcher, who I think is the greatest pitcher in Major League Baseball history. And without further ado, here it is. My recent pickup, it's the big train, Walter Johnson T206. This card is absolutely beautiful. I believe that he's the greatest pitcher of all time. I know that ESPN back in 2016 had him as the 9th greatest player of all time behind Lou Gehrig and Ty Cobb. And he was actually the highest ranked pitcher of all time. And I happen to agree. I mean, whether you're somebody that is believes in baseball players based on longevity. If let's say you're somebody that's like, the greatness of a player is based on them being able to do something for a long period of time. This guy played 21 years playing for the Washington Senators, had a second in wins, only to this man right here, Cy Young, and holds the record for shutouts, 110 shutouts over the course of his career. And then, if you just want to talk about dominance over just one, couple of seasons, let me just go through this. I just thought this was insane. From 1910 to 1919, here are his ERAs: 1.36, 1.90, 1.39, 1.14, 1.72, 1.55, 1.90. In 1917, he had a major drop-off, 2.21, 1.27, and a 1.49. And then in 1913, just to make things, this was his crazy year, he went 36-7 with a 1.14 ERA, 11 shutouts, and just on top of that, 2 saves. So this is, as you can see, an absolutely beautiful card. There is a little bit of indentation on the bottom, rounded corners, perfectly centered. You can see here 150, that's the amount of subjects in that particular series. I guess what I learned here is that, so there were 3 different series. There was a series of 150 subjects, 350 subjects, and I believe 460 subjects. And so this card was part of the 150 subjects, and the 649, by the way, is the factory that it was made in. It's factory number 649, which, by the way, was in New York, which I thought was kind of cool, just to make this card even cooler. But there it is, the portrait of Walter Johnson. He was first of 5 members ever to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, along with Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, and Christy Mathewson. And, you know, one last thing that I just wanted to mention is that, you know, this guy, despite, you know, so he had 417 wins, again, second to Cy Young all time. And that is despite pitching for the Washington Senators. And just to throw, these are some of the stats that I threw together. In 1910, he won 25 games. The team won 66. So he won 38% of the games in 1910 for that team. 1919, they won 20 games. By the way, had a 1.49 ERA, which led the league. And the team only won 56 games. So he was a 20-game winner, despite the fact that his team won 56 games that season. You know, I'm going to put this. It's a lot of me talking. He ended up winning 36% of those games. 1911 won 25 games, and the team won 64, so 39%. The dude was just, and by the way, in 1916, when he won 25 games, he led all of the Major League Baseball with 25 games, and his team finished under 500. So just some insane stats. Walter Johnson, the greatest pitcher in the history of baseball, and just an absolutely beautiful card. So let me know what you guys think. It's pretty awesome to finally add this to my collection. I know I was talking about it late last year. I ended up picking up the 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle, but I felt like I had to add this to my collection eventually, and I ended up negotiating for a really good deal with somebody on eBay, and finally picked that card up. So there you have it. Oh, there's backwards. The YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Boom, Walter Johnson. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you later. Peace.